Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. So we are continuing the description of what does a man of steady wisdom, which is a realized saint, look like. Arjuna's question, what, O Krishna, is the description of him who has steady wisdom and is merged in the superconscious state? How does one of steady wisdom speak? How does he sit? How does he walk? So we started reading Lord Krishna's answer, telling Arjuna, look inside, not outside. The answer is inside. Look at his mind. Look at the condition of his mind. Is such person still full of desires? He's not of steady wisdom, but if he's satisfied in the self by the self, so he's fully immersed in God, he is of steady wisdom. And then in verse 56, which we started reading, and we will continue in this talk, Lord Krishna says, he whose mind is not shaken by adversity, who does not hanker after pleasures, and is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady wisdom. And Swami Shivananda explains most beautifully in the commentary, what does it mean not to be shaken by adversity? Swami Shivananda said, the mind of a sage of steady wisdom is not distressed in calamities. He is not affected by the three afflictions, tapas. So yoga says that there are three types of tapas, afflictions or fires. Tapas is also fire that burn us. So, for instance, in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it says that yoga is a sheltering monastery for those who have been burned by the three types of fires. Those fires are so painful that it is like burning. What is this fire? What are these fires? So the first is adhyatmika. So those are pains arising from diseases or disorders in one's own body. So things that come to us from our body, diseases, disorder, and also things that come to us from other people. So psychological pain, being ill-treated by others. This is adhyatmika, and we know this is a major cause of pain. Actually, if we cross-reference to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, the teachings on the science of meditation, disease is said to be the first obstacle to meditation. So it's a very serious pain, and it stops us from doing many things, both on the spiritual path and outside. Adidaivika, arising from thunder, lightning, storm, flood, etc., is the second fire. So you know, we make so many plans and we have our ideas and everything, and then weather shifts. Some force of nature shifts. And everything changes. We say our world changed. And in a way it is, because to the extent that the external nature is our world, it changed. So for instance, this teaching is recorded during the high hurricane season in the Atlantic Basin. You look at this thing and you say, my goodness, nature is acting up. So many storms and fires and earthquakes, and so much is happening, and we are very deeply pained by those things. So this is the second type of fire, of calamity. Second category of calamities. And the third is called adibhautika, and this is arising from scorpions, cobras, tigers, etc. So from animals, from creatures. So you know, everything is okay, we sit out there in nature, and all of a sudden a big horde of mosquitoes come. That's it, pleasure over, we can't sit any longer. We all know that, yeah? Not to mention, you know, other things more scary, snakes, scorpions, tigers, like big threat to us. So calamity is its fear. And even the fear itself, when we are out in nature and we don't know what's hiding there in the jungle or in the forest, it's very scary. Or, you know, some months ago I was in South America, in a very beautiful place, and it had like a wild area next to it, kind of a tropical jungle. And as much as it is pretty, and it's so nice to walk there, you know, the senses are on alert. What's hiding there? What's hiding, you know, under the leaves I'm stepping on? What's hiding in the trees? What's hiding in the bushes? Now, we all know there are snakes there, and there are other things. So, what's hiding there? In other places, we go camping, everything is so nice, but we think we hear a bear. And we're very, very, very scared. So even the fear of calamity changes our behavior, changes our experience, and is already bringing us discomfort. It's bringing us pain without even the calamity didn't happen, but we are already afraid. So the sage of steady wisdom is not shaken by adversity. His mind is completely calm. Not to say that he's reckless. He's not. But he's not constantly living in fear because he's no longer identifying with the body. Whereas we navigate our lives trying to escape calamity and to attract pleasure. So this is the comparison, and this is what Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna. Such a person, because there is no longer identification with the body and resting in the self by the self, is not shaken. He's in a state of equanimity. And the teaching continues. What else? How more can we know that this person is a person of steady wisdom, a sage? We will learn more in the next talks. So please join us for the continuation of the teaching. Om Shanti.